Hey everyone, I'm Henry William, and I'm glad to be the first to welcome you to XcheckStudio. As you might already be aware, XcheckStudio is the collaboration platform which helps you to integrate, validate, and manage your industrial data. Within these tutorial sessions, we'll be taking you on quick tours of the platform so you would know what you'd see, what to do, and what to expect when you work with XcheckStudio. Now, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can access some of these datasets, the platform itself, and also demonstrate to you how basic interactions can be carried out. Let's check it out. Now, I'm going to power on the platform because we thought it would be good to start from the very beginning, the login page. I'm now in my login page, and the system does allow the users to select between the on-premises deployment and the cloud deployment of the platform. And that's easily done by selecting from our Hub Connect. For this demo, I'll be running the entire thing using our on-premises deployment, which is also known as self-hosted. Now, I've been logged in before, so the system does remember me. I'll hit login to send me right into the platform. The first page we get hit with is the pick a site page. So this is where the user can select a site. A site is the overarching container where we have all the projects, all the task environment. Essentially, your common data environment lives within sites. For this demo, I will pick one we've already prepared and hit enter and go right into the site. Now I'm in the home page where we can jump between the check module, reports, or the prep module. I'll be going to the check module this time around, and this sends us to the project center. Now, the project center categorizes projects into three different areas. One of which is the so-called public projects, where everyone who has access to this site will have access to the project in there. We can also have access to the private project, which is only accessible by the person who is logged in, and projects can also be shared. For my little mini demo, I will be going into my public project and picking a project which I pre-created. Now, within project, we have Checkspaces. So these are the actual areas where we perform our tasks, like loading the datasets, integrating them, validating them, and whatnot. I can go into one of the previously created Checkspaces, or I could create a new one. Let's create a new one. So I'll hit new Checkspace and I'll give it a name. And I'll call this demo 1. And I will also select a configuration. Now, a configuration is a set of instructions on how you want the datasets within your Checkspaces to behave. It also holds rules for validations like comparison checks, compliance checks, and the likes. We'll be showing you a lot more on how this works later on. I will hit my create, and now I have my new Checkspace created. So let's just go right into the Checkspace and say enter, and it takes us straight to the lobby page of the Checkspace. Now, there's so much functionality and features here which supports all manner of activities you might want to perform, but I'll kick it off by going first into the view and validate mode. Now, the view and validate mode is what I term the business end of the platform. This is that empty canvas where you can now start loading in datasets. And there are several ways we can do that. I can hit the load control right here, and it gives me options on how I can begin to load data. Data can be loaded from my device, which means from my local machine, from the Checkspace itself, so pre-stored data sets, from another project, or from the Vault, which is the central repository where all data sets are held. I can also load from SQL databases or a register. Now, for this example, I will load a data set from the Vault. So I'll hit on the Vault, and I'll just run a quick search, plants-model. It gives me some of the options it found. I'll expand. So I'm trying to load a 3D model, which was created using the Aviva E3D, and I have several versions of that same dataset. I will pick the version I'm after and hit load. And the platform can identify that that dataset has different display views. So there are several ways of viewing the same dataset. In this case, I'll hit the base state, so it gives me the dataset in this default status. Now here we are. Our entire plant model has been loaded. And as I said earlier, this was created using the Aviva E3D application. So we have full interaction with this 3D model. We have our data explorer that lets us easily navigate around all significant items within the datasets I've just loaded simply by clicking on it. We also have our information panel right here, which holds all of the properties that belongs to this dataset. Now, if you're curious to see how is it possible to load the 3D model coming from the E3D application, well, there are several ways we can do it. We can either load the files directly, or I can just drag and drop an entire folder which holds that dataset. Okay, so now I've got my Windows Explorer, which lists some folders that hold datasets. I'll go into my 3D collection, and I have a whole collection of our VM datasets. Now for this demo, I'm going to be loading a spooler model, which was created again using the Aviva E3D platform. All I need to do is simply grab this folder, drag and drop it right into the platform. So it's asking me if there are certain unnecessary items to discard. I'll say discard it. And it's getting my confirmation on some of the base source definition which we require to correctly load these kinds of datasets. I'll say continue right here. And now the platform has loaded the entire 3D model, just simply by dragging and dropping it on. And we have the full interaction with some of the elements, just as we'd seen earlier. And right here, we can also interact with the property information of this dataset. Now, in the same way we were able to load the previous 3D model, we can also load XML ISO 15926 drawings, and we can load document images, videos and the likes. So what I'll do is I will try loading two different data sets at the same time from the data vault. So here I've opened up the data vault. I will go to an image file. I will pick this one right here, and I would load an XML data set. And this is an XML ISO 15926. So now my P&ID is now loaded, and at the same time, the panoramic image which I loaded is now visible. So here I have a panoramic photo. I have my XML ISO 15926, which is one of the better ways of handling engineering P&ID drawings. And in this file, we have full interaction with every significant element. Simply by clicking on that item on the Explorer, the platform highlights that object in the graphical area. All properties are held, so user-defined properties can also be appended. This is something we can look into later as well. Also, we have here our 3D model, okay, with the full interaction and with full access to every significant object. So I think this is a good place to leave it for now. In follow-up sessions, we will go a bit further by showing you what more we can do with the platform, how else we can interact with the 3D models, the 2D drawings, and 1D datasets. And then we'll carry on to showing you how validations such as comparison checks, compliance checks, requirements checks, duplicate checks, or just plain identification of objects or grouping items based on specific criteria can all be performed. I hope you are able to get something out of this very first session of ours, and I would like to advise you to stay tuned and look out for the next videos. Thank you very much, and catch you later.